So, a part that I think I've come across a bit in my studies that I think is quite um, relevant to identity is this is social comparison. So, in summary, social comparison in its normal, healthy behavior is something we all do. We all look at each other. I might look at Dan as and the way he fathers, and I will use my social comparison and be like, he's a really good dad, and like so that's upwards comparison, and I'm then inspired to be a good dad and do some of the things he does with JG, right? Some of the things that he does with JG that I might use and do with my daughters and stuff. So that's upwards comparison. Healthy downwards comparison is like looking at people who might be less fortunate than me, not have the same opportunities, and that inspires me to be maybe empathetic or give an opportunity. That's healthy, but quite a common thing. I mean, in social media, the theory is applied to social media in particular, where it's just blown out of proportion. Upwards comparison becomes jealousy, just like unrealistic expectations of self, all those sorts of things. Downwards comparison is I'm better than you and right. All those sorts of things. So in a healthy state, it's quite good for personal identity. In an unhealthy state, blown out of proportion, and it can be quite damaging to someone's personal sort of grounding. So, with digital culture in mind, and with the way social comparison, we compare ourselves to everyone. This is sort of what KT was saying earlier, I suppose. If we're too focused on the outward stuff and not focused on, I just know it's Dan, wasn't it? Not focused on just like being comfortable with ourselves, can get quite damaging. Any thoughts or experiences where with you guys could sort of add to that as far as digital cultures and...
Mate, I'm the wrong guy to talk to. I don't do any of the digital stuff.
But that's like therefore like the right, like that's an important perspective to get, right? Like,
but obviously my son, he's 9, he will be right into that.
Yeah.
This just is what it is, right?
Yeah.
And it almost has to be so he doesn't get left behind, because that's the danger if he...
Sure.
So we're not quite at that point yet, but I'm sure it's something we'll have to be mindful of. And the schools seem to do a good job.
Yeah.
From what I can tell, they have the police come through and talk about all that, keeping yourself safe and that sort of stuff in terms of... But I mean, how do you protect them against the comparison sides? Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure, mate. It's going to be tricky.
Even just the, like, it doesn't have to be just on you either, Dan. Like, just the importance of, I guess, your grounding, right? Like, to me, the social comparison gets blown out of proportion when you start trying to please everybody, or like start trying to appeal, like as you were saying before with the rugby stuff, like trying to appeal to fit in, and changing who you are, and I think that's part of social comparison and things. So doesn't that?
Look, I guess for me, the digital world is like the Wild West. It's unregulated, and social media is neither social nor is it a particularly good source of media in terms of facts.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit dark on that.
Yeah.
Your so-called influencers.
Yeah.
I mean, if ever there was an example of complete garbage, these so-called influencers, most of the limited amount I've seen of them, I wouldn't give you tuppence for their point of view.
You probably lump podcasters in with them as well.
Yeah, man.
So podcasters,
Anyone
no,
who
not
studies
at all.
psychology.
Yeah, all that good stuff. Yeah. Except for your professors, I hear they're quite wise.
Yeah.
I guess you talk about doing comparisons. So, if I lean on from a faith-based perspective, Paul wrote nearly 2,000 years ago, but you comparing yourselves with yourselves are not wise. So if I look at Dan and go, oh, I see you're a rugby player. Oh, I never played rugby. Oh, so you're better than me. Or you're a firefighter. and I was a policeman. I was probably not a good example.
Hey, we get to
I'm
sleep
kidding,
on
all
night
right?
shift.
Yeah.
And Asian.
Yeah. You know, it's like you are the unique individual that you are. And making a comparison with someone else in terms of your identity is fraught with danger. It's just a slippery slope to tripping yourself up and just coming undone.
Yeah.
It's not helpful. How do you protect your kids against it? Luckily, my kids are all grown up. You guys have that challenge because the digital world and the kinds of influence they get, my personal view is they need protecting from it. It's insidious.
Yeah.
And I guess that leads into another point I would make, is that it doesn't matter who you are, your intrinsic personal value is no more and no less than anybody else. From the guy sitting in a cell at the police station to the Prime Minister, as an individual, your personal value is exactly the same as an individual.
Yeah.
What you do, however, can make a lot of difference in terms of your contribution to society, but the value of an individual, I think we start getting into that conversation, that's again equally dangerous, because you have to live up to expectations.